Java gang, y'all listen up. So, Lil Durk ended up putting $1 million bag on Quando Rondo head for the murder for hire scheme that ultimately failed. So I'm hearing that motherfuckers talking about his court case, his court update, and some more shit. This is not even my first time reacting to this, bro, because like it's just a whole bunch of ongoing beef, a whole bunch of rumors, a whole bunch of news just about this dude, bro, and he been locked up for over a year. So we gonna get right into this video.
Also work with Lil Durk. How difficult is it to see him going through the situation that he's going through right now?
That shit is painful for sure. With Durk is like me watching from the very beginning. He always been somebody that like through all the adversity of any trials and tribulations, he always been able to like overcome that shit and reinvent himself. That shit can happen to anybody, in my opinion, like in this field, because you moving fast, you don't know like who to trust and not even to speak on this situation because it's still he going through it. But it's like you can't be accountable for a situation, so what other people have done or whatever, and a lot of times when you get that big, people work overtime to try to pull you down.
But this is the thing I want to realize. If Durk knew he was that big, if he know he could have risked his whole entire career doing that whole entire scheme, what was the point of him doing it? Honestly. That murder for hire scheme, bro, for him just to get Quando Ronald that bad, bro, he already got Lil Pap. Then, I think what did he say? He tried to get Lil Tim going or whatever, but they ended up getting Quando Rondo. They found Quando Rondo and Lil Pap. So they ended up getting Pap instead of Quando Rondo. So on top of that, you already missed your official target just to like get your revenge, which was really stupid. Alright guys, make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn on post notifications, you can see more of me. And we'll get right into this video. Y'all like it up now. I'm telling you.
Man, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on the feds alleging that Lil Durk put $1 million hit on Quando Rondo.
Oh my God, this gonna get spicy, boy. Y'all keep watching. So I'm telling you, it's gonna get crazy, bruh.
Now, Remo would post to Instagram, the feds reportedly claim Lil Durk put $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo's head.
Damn.
And it would come with some paperwork stating the discovery also shows that defendant Banks used his trusted lieutenants, defendant Wilson and co-conspirator 5, to recruit hitmen to fly to Southern California on August 18th, 2022 to kill Quando Rondo.
Oh my God, he must really wanted him gone, boys. Cause why you done put $1 million on somebody's head? Bro, that's crazy. I done heard about 20 racks. I done heard about 50K. I done heard about 40K. But $1 million, bro. $1 million. Damn, it's not like he discreet about it. He's going out, he rapping about it. He going around, he going on the internet talking about it. So it's not like he trying to be discreet about it, bro. I ain't like, y'all can only blame, he can only blame himself. He can only blame himself, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, you put this upon yourself to do that, bro. $1 million. God damn.
Consistent with defendant's Banks' promise to reward co-conspirators, defendant Wilson solicited hitmen by promising to pay a $1 million reward on behalf of defendant Banks in exchange for flying to LA to commit the murder. Something I can't see what it says because I got Jalise. It says she reposted it. The government has also disclosed a list of defendant Banks and OTF's music videos in which defendant Wilson, Houston, and the rest is cut off, right? And we can jump into the comment section. Jalise is saying free Quando. Some other people are reacting. This person is saying they got this from a Vlad interview Lil Tim did. Now, before we get into that interview, this is the federal website Pacer where you can look up Fed cases, right? And this is the actual motion filed by the government in which this paperwork is in. Now, what they're talking about in this, in response to a claim, the defendant's reply brief that nowhere does this discovery set forth anything resembling a fix. It's just like a lot of legal shit, a lot of quoting cases, etc., etc. And then this is where we get into the details. Here, the detailed SSI, together with the government's substantial and organized discovery, the government has alleged and its discovery clearly supports the straightforward theory that defendant Banks told co-conspirators he would reward anyone who helped kill his rival, Quando Rondo.
Oh my God. I told you he wanted him gone. He said, I will reward anyone. That can be somebody grandma, somebody mama. It can be some random homeless dude on the street. Anybody, bro. They wanted that man gone, bruh.
That defendant Banks and other OTF conspirators attempted to murder Quando in Los Angeles, and that even though the co-conspirators killed the other guy, not Quando, defendant Banks nonetheless rewarded co-conspirators by, among other things, featuring many of the direct participants in the murder in music videos and rap lyrics in the months following the murder. For example, the government anticipates that a cooperating witness will testify that defendant Banks made clear to the witness and other OTF members that anyone who killed Quando would be made straight, otherwise known as handsomely rewarded. The discovery also shows the defendant Banks used his trusted lieutenants, and this is where it's going to break everything down, right? This is where we see the paperwork Remo posted. Bro. Consistent with defendant Banks' promise to reward co-conspirators, defendant Wilson solicited hitmen by promising to pay $1 million. Now, this is very important, right? Because how it's being projected is Durk was the one that offered the $1 million.
Right.
And as everyone knows, Durk is the only one in this camp worth more than $1 million to be able to offer $1 million. But
that's what I'm saying.
Looking at this paperwork, the feds are alleging Banks was the one offering the hit. But the paperwork is stating defendant Wilson solicited the hitman by promising to pay $1 million on behalf of Durk. Now, Drew Finling, Durk's lawyer, Melly's lawyer, Youngboy's lawyer, I guarantee you is going to pick this apart because it doesn't seem like they have anything saying Durk is the one who said this.
Right.
Durk is the one who said that.
Right.
It's a whole lot of these dudes were saying it on behalf of Durk. And now the feds are like, look, we got a guy that's willing to testify that Durk said he was going to do this. But other than that, it's almost all their word against his. And the whole reason they're willing to testify is because they're wrapped up in this case. They have no other way to get out because they can't afford a $1 million lawyer. So the only thing they can do is, well, Durk said this, Durk said that, Durk said this. But
that's what I'm saying. I already know motherfuckers already snitching because how they get all that information? They got a whole list of paperwork, bro.
All the paperwork is saying other people said it. It's not saying Durk said it. They don't have video. They don't have text from Durk. They don't have none of that. It's all other people putting the pieces together.
Right.
If some students come in.
Now this is interesting because this isn't talking about a $1 million bounty on Quando's head. This is talking about a $1 million bounty on Lil Tim's head after killing King Von.
Well, you were lucky to a certain degree because you're in Georgia and Georgia has a stand your ground law.
Right.
If this had happened in LA or New York, you wouldn't have been able to, have that law work in your benefit. And unfortunately, the law works both ways. Because, Trayvon Martin, when George Zimmerman killed him, he used that same law to get off. Even
that was a crazy case, not gonna lie. I don't really agree with that.
though I thought that was bullshit, but whatever, it is what it is. But in your case, it actually helped you because it was proven that you were protecting your friend and you were standing your ground, and ultimately they had to drop all the charges. How did Quando
But it's the thing I don't understand. If Vaughn knew he was in a stand your ground state, Georgia, and I'm pretty sure he was in Atlanta, why would you go and put hands on Quando and you ain't got nobody around you with no guns? You ain't got no gun on you. So you just gonna go and do it to him with your hands. Like, you a gangster, bro. Like, you think these people don't have guns on them, bro? But at the same time, like, the fact that Lil Tim got off on that and Kevon wasn't the one attacking him. He was attacking Quando. So he must have had some good-ass lawyer, bro, because that's crazy as hell. But on the simple fact that he's protecting his friend because he was with him at the time, You know, Quando could be like, oh, I'm in so threatened of my life. Oh, he trying to kill me. You know, yeah, that could be said. So that kind of makes sense though.
Yeah, after you finally told him.
That's crazy, bro.
I was super
That's
happy,
insane.
but he probably was happier than me.
What?
He tried to come through the phone. He like, boy, we finna do this, we finna do that, we finna do this, we finna do that. He making plans for me. I ain't even made for my own self. He like, cuz we about to get this real money now, all this type of stuff. Like, he more happier than me.
Well, but at that time, you couldn't actually be around Quando?
No,
Because what, were you under some sort of
that was
guidelines?
like, yeah,
You can't be around certain people?
yeah. But I'm like,
What's crazy about that too is if y'all remember, Durk and Vaughn caught that attempted murder in Atlanta. And
Oh,
they
yeah, I
weren't
remember
allowed
that.
to be around each other or communicate with each other because they were co-defendants in the case. So literally the moments leading up to the ending of Vaughn's life, he couldn't even be around Durk. And then the same person that kills him ends up under the same stipulation with Quando Rondo. They can't be around each other. But obviously Quando's
That's crazy. So after he killed King Von, after all that happened and they beat that court case, they can't be around each other, bro, because they may get suspicion of some type of charge, or you know they could get possibly in like really really bad trouble. That's insane, bro. I never knew that.
excited for his friend because his friend essentially, I'm not gonna say saved his life because it was a fight,
Right.
but he defended his friend and then was charged with the murder and beat.
Right. That's
So of course Quando's gonna be happy for him.
That's crazy, bro. What?
like, in my head, I'm like, it's not like he charged with anything. It's not like he my co-defendant. Why I can't be around him? Ain't like he did nothing. But that was one of the restrictions, not to be around though.
Now, there was a rumor around this time that there was a $1 million bounty on your head.
Yeah.
Did you hear about it?
Yeah.
Damn.
How did that make you feel?
Nervous as hell.
It's like,
Nervous as hell. Nervous as hell. Thinking.
it's like,
I wouldn't say you're scared.
it's
though.
like, damn. At the moment, somebody could really want to take that and really try to do something, but it's like,
Watching his back. He watching his back. He a little paranoid. So when he go out, he ain't going out probably outside too much. Not being out in the open recording on Instagram Live. Obviously.
end of the day, is you gonna be able to go back and get that money? Like, is you gonna make it back home?
Like,
Cause it's like, it's not like I might just sit here and let no one come kill me.
right.
So it's
Of course
like,
not.
I'm gonna stand on my 10. I'm gonna stand my ground. So it's
Of course
like,
not.
you could try
Come on now.
to do what you're trying to do, but is you gonna be able to go get your money? Like, is you gonna be able to make it back home? Is you ever gonna be able to see them $1 million? Like,
Okay, so he's looking at it from the perspective of I'm not a bitch, you know? Y'all see I just who I just killed. Are you gonna be able to just come take me out? And I'll say this, right?
Nobody's bulletproof, bro.
I disagree and agree with what he said for different reasons. I disagree with, oh, I'm a killer too. Bro, when they hop out, there ain't nothing you could fucking do. And
That's
we've
what I'm
seen this
saying.
with, you know, multiple situations from Zoo getting killed to Duck getting killed. When they jump out and you got 4 or 5 people firing at you in broad day, like there's nothing, your reaction, you know, you might be able to pull out, you might be able to even fire off. But when you got 4 different guns aimed at you and they're all going off,
I mean, you getting Swiss cheese, bro.
and the thing is, you'll ride around and you might see it coming and be like, oh, they ain't gonna do that. We're in front of all these people, all these cameras, and they jump out and it just happens. It just happens. Your last memory was thinking they ain't gonna do it, and then they do it, and then they all get locked up, right? Because you're being logical with illogical minds.
It's that street
Now,
shit, bro.
the logic that I'm thinking of is, yeah, would they even be able to see the money? Because realistically, if you want to break things down from a logical standpoint, Durk makes all of his money legally.
Right.
Legally. unless he's doing small venues where he's getting paid cash, he's doing major arenas, major shows. He's not getting paid cash, bro. They're signing contracts for these things. You know what I mean? So all of this money is coming into his account. They can monitor all of this. So realistically, you think that he's gonna be able to withdraw $1 million and it just disappears and there's no purchase history? Like, he had $1 million on $1 million worth of game. Let's actually look at that. So just that right there, right? This is supposed to be $1 million on $1 million worth of game. That right there is a crazy flex in itself. That's right? Crazy. Bro has $1 million sitting on the table. This was also in a music video. So again, you can see the money all sitting there at the table. Everybody, apparently some of the people in this video is supposedly involved in the federal murder that they're talking about. That's insane. But you can see he's got a ton of money on the table. And you know, yeah, like, you can go to the bank and withdraw a lot of money. That ain't difficult to do. But for that money to just disappear, to take a legal $1 million and then there's no purchase history and it disappears, and then there's rumors tying you in.
Yeah, that's something that the probably Fed's gonna be looking into, because you're taking out that much money, you're gonna have to be signing something. So every time you take money out your account, you gotta put your signature, so it's gonna have history of what you took out your account. Let alone 10, 20 fucking dollars, but $1 million? You know how long that's gonna take to really transfer into an account? A lot of money already takes a lot of time just to transfer to your account, regardless. Even alone putting a check into your account with a lot of money, that's gonna take 2 to 3 business days. Like, just imagine $1 million, bro.
Allegedly there was $1 million bounty on this dude and then he got smacked. You don't think they're gonna put 2 and 2 together?
Right.
So it's like, from a logical standpoint, how the fuck do you think you're really gonna get that $1 million, bro? Because Durk ain't just gonna pull up on you in a private jet and be like, here's $1 million. And you just walk away with $1 million in cash and that's not suspicious. Like, it sounds like a lot of bullshit. If Durk's homie is like, yo, you know, you gonna get $1 million, you go smack him. All right, you go smack him, and then they're just like, fuck you, we ain't giving you shit.
I swear to God, on
Realistically, you're not gonna get the fucking money. And it doesn't sound like anybody got any money. It sounds like the only thing they're trying to allege is they might have ended up in a music video with them.
Right.
Other than that, there's not a clear transaction that took place, which is exactly what I think Durk's lawyer is gonna target. Nobody ever got paid.
That's what I'm
no
saying.
promise was ever made from Durk's mouth, and we can't control the hearsay that comes out of other people's mouths. We can't control that he said somebody would get promised for something. That's him. That's not Durk. He didn't speak on behalf of Durk. He spoke on behalf of himself. And I think that is the angle Durk's lawyer is gonna take. But there's one more thing I want to look up before I end this video. Okay, after doing my Googles, it would appear John Wick had a bounty from 2 million to 14 million to 20 something million. But I just wanted to see the comparison, because if it was $1 million and that many people were trying to smack him, it's just insane that in the real world situation, you know, people can throw around crazy numbers like, oh, there was $1 million hit on his head, da 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 da. It's just like, realistically, when have we ever heard of that? And when has there been a case where somebody actually got paid $1 million? I feel like it's easy to say it, it's easy to allege it, but in reality, it doesn't happen like that. But hey, let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the.
I don't know, bro. It's just too good to be true. But what y'all think, bro? Y'all think Durk gonna beat this case? Yes or no? Y'all think he gonna get out? I don't know if he gonna get out, bro. It's probably gonna be a little minute. And I kind of think his case gonna go exactly like Melly's, bro, just because of the simple fact that it's so much evidence, but it's so much they don't got to the point where they can charge him with, you know, him staying in jail. Even if that's him staying in jail for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, 10 years or whatever, they can't give him life or give him the death penalty without knowing, you know, this and that. You know, people, and it's the internet, there's rumors, all types of stuff, bro. So it's like, when you look more into it, bro, it's just like a whole bunch of BS. You know, cops gonna be trying to go online and get evidence, research, and some things might not be true. And then you got the rats, you got motherfuckers who snitching, people who dropping their flags, you got other people who know the other half, the whole story behind it. Like, you know, there's 3 different sides. You got Durk's side, you got the internet, you know, and you also got the person he was trying to kill side, and you also got the snitches. That's 4. It's a whole bunch of different sides in this, bro, and it can go either way. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. You can see more of me, and I'm gonna be doing these daily uploads for you guys. So y'all go ahead and y'all tap in for sure. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.